How far am I behind, Kurt?
2 games. 2 to 3 games. And more importantly, you got to get over 500. We can't have anybody over 500.
Yeah, I know.
Forgot we said it before the season. If you finish under 500, you kicked off for the playoffs.
You get relegated. You got to go on, Who are these guys?
So this is it. It all comes down this weekend. Can I catch Trip? Can Kurt catch me? Can Katie catch Kurt?
First down, dogs.
This feels way more official over here.
You have lots of things on the desk.
Well, I'm like a woman, basically, with my drinks.
Wait, do you have hot water in both of them? Do you have 2 different teas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll finish them by the end.
You made both of them?
Yeah. Is it aggressive?
Little.
It's fucking decaffeinated tea.
Well, technically, the hibiscus is a little bit of a...
Oh, so see, now I'm fucking...
Well, they're both herbals.
Now I can't be Muslim.
Just a
Thanks a lot.
Touch,
Wait,
little
what's
scotch.
the other one? Hibiscus and what?
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
He
I was
specifically
going to go with
asked
the
for
Yakuro.
decaf green tea.
Right, but we don't have decaf tea.
Yeah,
We have
that's
herbal
not a
teas, which
normal
have little to no caffeine. Then we have white teas, which has a little bit of caffeine. Then we have green teas, which has a decent amount of caffeine. And then we have our super caffeinated yerba mate and pu'er.
Is it pu'er?
Pu'er.
I'll fucking make that into a reel that you could use now as a promotional thing, if you want.
No.
Just give him another task. He'll love it.
Why? Did you record yet?
Yeah, we're always recording.
Okay.
Just wanna
Just checking. I didn't know we started.
You guys missed me last week?
Where'd you go?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How was it? How'd you guys do? I didn't even listen.
I performed like shit as far as my picks go.
Yeah, but I mean, you felt good being back after the week of your... I feel like this is a repeat of 2 seasons ago where the end of the season, we make it all the way through, and then the end of the season, the wheels just start falling off. Wasn't that what happened? Like,
Yeah,
people got
yeah.
COVID. I had hernia surgery.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you did have hernia surgery right after Christmas.
Yeah, it was, we got
Cool.
similar
You couldn't
thing
even celebrate Christmas because you couldn't get COVID. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to have surgery.
Yeah, the wheels are coming off. Your kids are sick for the whole entire season, but it just seems to all come to a head right now.
No, yeah, they're just always sick. There's so many of them. And every one of them are in different schools, so you get every disease from every school. Whereas if they're in the same school, it's like, all right, you got Coxsackie running through that school, so now all the kids get it. Once you get everyone kids get it, you're over it.
What the fuck is RSV? That's a brand new thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I've never heard of RSV growing up.
My daughter
Was that a cold?
something virus.
It's a serious thing, though, right?
My daughter was in the
Yeah.
hospital for 9 days.
Especially for babies. When babies get it, it's
she
very
was
serious.
2 months old. 1 month
But
old.
adults can get it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's landlord was just in the hospital for like 7 days.
If you don't treat it right away, and you don't get better, it could develop into pneumonia, and then that's super scary for infants, babies, and old people.
Yeah.
Don't want pneumonia.
This really feels very weird.
You look uncomfortable
You
sitting
look weird.
there.
I feel like I'm ready to take like a class picture like this. You know, one of those ones where you have to like
Oh,
put your hand on my
Wait, but
Or an
I
Island Cabo picture.
Oh, yeah, that like that.
was looking back, and the last time we had 3, the 3 of us sat here, me, you, and Kurt the first time.
Oh,
and it
really?
was so weird because we were all just facing the camera
I don't trust any of this equipment to not be behind it at all times.
to work by itself.
Yeah. You haven't missed a week yet.
Technically, no, I haven't, have I?
No, you fucking remote in from all the
I
places you
remoted
like to
in.
travel.
Yeah, I mean, I could have remoted in, but
You should have.
that would have been ugly.
Yeah.
Because he would have been, my son would have been running in the room, jumping up and down, going crazy. It would have just been like one of those videos that you see online where like the guy's doing like a news report and his kids come in, or you hear the kids screaming in the background. Like that would have been that. You would have been so angry and tried not to be. But I've known you for 30-something years, so.
Yeah, I definitely imagine.
No, but you would have showed the our lovely Instagram and TikTok followers who like to comment on your parenting that you actually are a really good dad.
Who's commenting on my parenting?
The guy who said you should focus on your children instead of football picks.
Someone did say that.
What
Early
a
on.
douchebag.
What?
What a douchebag.
I'm going to say something nice about you later.
I just said something nice.
I know. I'm giving you
What'd you
credit.
say?
You're a nice parent.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
You've missed multiple times because of your kids.
I lied about not listening last week. I listened last week, and since Kurt's not here this week, we're going to do a little bit of a what's it called? What did he call it? The sandwich at the end.
Oh, positive sandwich or something.
No,
A
fucking compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
We're going to do that for Kurt at the end.
Okay.
So I'm not going to spring that on you like he did. Hopefully he did, and you guys didn't know what
He
to say
sprung
about
it
me.
on us.
All right, good. So, but I'm not going to do that because I'm a host, and we're going to do that later for Kurt. So get ready for that. We got ourselves an old-fashioned, down-to-the-wire slugfest for first place regular season crown.
Slobber knocker.
Is that what you call it?
Yep.
All right.
Knocker.
A lot of implications. A lot of teams still haven't clinched yet, and then we've got a lot on the line this week.
This has got to be the most we've ever had going into the last week of the season as far as who could make it. And you would think with one extra week you would have it less. You'd have it all wrapped up, 15, 16. But there's a ton of different ways you can go.
For us and the NFL.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the NFL.
Oh, okay.
He's competitive.
All right, but last
You
week...
are in first, right?
He's in first. We're going to get to that. Last week's results, Katie goes 4-1. Co-champ number 1, nicely done. What do you got to say?
Thank you. I'm
Thank you.
happy with all my picks.
What happened to Alabama, though?
Sensitive subject. Bad play calling. They should have never ran the ball. They should have passed it.
Tommy Reese, get out of here.
Seriously. What happened with your one loss? We always focus on the negative from now on because the positivity thing didn't work.
It didn't work.
Who was
for
your
us.
one loss? The Bengals?
Arizona at Philly.
Oh.
Under.
Wow.
They went over. But I'll take it.
Well, your whole fan base on the internet loved that fact that you just, keep rolling with those Philly fans. They might fucking just show up here at some point.
Can I no, I don't want to rant, but can I get like a little moment?
I mean, you could. You came in first place.
So I have
Week
to
18,
say,
we're just winging it.
I'm not trying. Fuck the positivity from 2 weeks ago because that didn't work out. But I have to say something because I don't stand corrected because Philly is what I've been saying that they are. But with that, 2 other teams that don't deserve their record, I apologize to the Baltimore fans because right now they deserve where they're at. Dallas only beating 11-5, only beating 2 over 500 teams. And I'm so sorry. But Miami 11-5, only beating 1 over 500 team. I have to say, as far as Philly being 11-5, they are at least a team, even though they beat by inches. And that was the point of my freaking story every time is that they're very beatable because they only win by inches. They have beaten a lot more over 500 teams.
The Eagles, you're saying?
The Eagles have. So I have to give you that.
Was that
At
a
the end of the
sandwich?
day, compliment
Felt like it.
sandwich. Cool. This could be a thing. We could do some negatives with a little positive thrown in it.
Okay.
But that's about it. Everything else, Philly lost to fucking Arizona. Come on.
I know. It's brutal.
I can't believe Arizona played that hard.
Kyler Murray.
That
It was my biggest surprise.
It was impressive.
I forgot about him.
Did you?
Yeah, I
you
totally
see-
forgot about him.
You see when
Like
he
the whole
rolled up to the
team.
game in?
No.
Pittsburgh
Big
Penguins
wheels?
jersey?
Oh, I did see that. It would have been cool if you came out in a big wheel.
Is he from
That
there?
would be awesome. No, I think he was just trying to be a dick.
He looks like a douche.
Why? They weren't playing Pittsburgh. It
They were
would have
playing-
been funnier if they were playing Pittsburgh.
No, they're playing Philly, though.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh hates Philly. I don't know. I didn't understand it, but
Yeah, well, something worked there for him. I mean, they won. That was crazy. The fucking Cardinals could potentially go over 4.5 wins this week.
oh shit, that's right. You had that
Yeah.
future. I forgot about that.
Later. I asterisk go 4-1.
What was your
And-
one loss?
The Bengals. I'm going to get to that.
Mm.
But I want to call out. I got 2 people that I want to thank right now. My cousin Lucas. He's getting married this year. I swear to God, we were online for the Frozen sing-along, and I was like, oh, man, I'm not going to make this show. We got to make these picks. Give me some picks. And no joke, he just rattled off 5 picks. I typed them in, sent them to Kurt, and I said, you got any analysis for this? And he goes, nope. And they turned around and waited on the line. So he goes 4-1. He's getting married. I got the flu at his bachelor party at MetLife Stadium, so he totally redeemed himself. He got me those 4 wins. Appreciate that. Second, I get home on Saturday night, 20-hour drive from Florida, 12 o'clock, get home. I'm late waking up on Sunday. I don't ever get up late. So no time to put my prop bets in. I get to Island Cava. It's like 5 minutes before the game's going to start. Mike Welch is there. I'm like, dude, you lost right now. It's way too early. You should still be in bed. What are you doing here at 1 o'clock? He starts rattling off names as I'm like looking through. He's like just rattling off names. So somehow the only bet that I could get in time was Zay Flowers, first touchdown.
Yeah.
The only bet I could get it, right? That ends the Dolphins score on the first fucking drive. Talk about that. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I had $10 left in my account. And who came through for me? Sweet M. I give her my phone.
Really?
She's like giving us advice, like very general advice, like go with your gut. So I'm like, all right, you're going to do this. Make this pick. So I give it to her. She picks Justice Hill over 40 yards in the Ravens game.
That's a good bet.
It's a decent bet, but with nothing behind it other than just gut feeling.
Thought he had a cool name.
Guy rattles off like a 40-something yard run in the third quarter right after I left. So I got my money back. And then I hit on the Wolverines last night.
Shout out to M.
Yeah. I'm gonna use her again. She's making all my picks this week. She made them all.
Really?
Yeah.
You
So
should have
I'm losing
extra
to a guy
cousin
that
again.
gets his picks made by some dude on a podcast, his cousin, and now Sweet M.
Yep.
Awesome. This is fun. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm in the lab
Whatever it takes.
every day, grinding out stats and trends.
Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Is it
How's that working out?
It did last week.
Should I have an asterisk, you think, if I win? I'll put the asterisk on. I'll get an asterisk tattoo if I come in first place.
Where are you going to put it?
We need some sort of a bet, I think, for this weekend.
Yeah. You Welsh on the eyebrow bet.
That wasn't never a real bet.
You wouldn't take the bet.
Should we bring that back?
No, it's over now. Josh Dobbs sucks again.
You worried?
He doesn't play. He can't even
No,
bet on
forget
that.
Josh Dobbs. It's just an eyebrow bet.
No, it's not fun if it's not because Josh Dobbs.
Poor Minnesota, by the way. Their QB situation is rough.
They should
I
have
know.
never not started Mullins. What were they thinking?
I don't
You
understand.
want me to ask him?
I kind of like him. He's a gunslinger. You don't think he's decent?
That doesn't do it for me.
All right. So my one loss was the Bengals plus 7.5. I started doing the cover math in my head, and I watched it happen in front of me. I'm like, what was it? Going into the fourth quarter, they were up by 1. It was 17-16. So I'm like doing the math. Oh, yeah, they score a touchdown. Oh, I'll be good.
Right.
3 fucking field goals. That guy kicked, like 6 field goals in that game? Brutal.
They had a chance, and they blew it, though, at the end, too.
But good for the fucking Chiefs. What's going on there?
It's just from what we said in the beginning of the year, though. Like, this is the people that are out there that are like acting like this is a surprise. Are like, hey, what is wrong with the Chiefs? Like, there's nothing wrong with them. Their defense was okay. Their offensive line was suspect. They have no wide receivers. They have one legitimate weapon in Kelsey. And once you figure out that, like, hey, fuck it, we're gonna either high-low him or double him, we're gonna chip him, bump him every single play. It makes it a lot easier because Mahomes has no one else. Rashee Rice looking really, really good. I picked him up in fantasy in my draft. He's like my last pick in the draft. I was like, this guy's got a shot. And the guy's gotten better every single week. But there's nothing. They have literally nothing else to help them on that whole team.
Now their defense is bad.
Their defense was really good, though. Did someone get hurt that I don't know about?
Well, what's the guy's name? Jones, right? Who am I thinking of? Who's the guy?
Yeah, Christopher Jones.
Terrible.
He was good.
He's playing.
Yep, because now they're just focusing on him.
Yeah.
Or maybe their offense is just bad that the defense is on the field too much and they're exhausted. They're not that good.
They were never a great defense. They were good defense.
Good defense.
And you get a lot different when you have a defense that they have. You can play when you play with a lead. That's the defense for them.
Yeah.
So when you're playing in a tight game where you're trying to come back from behind, the defense is not equipped to that. They're not that great at that. They want to be rushing the passer. Spagnuolo wants to be rushing the passer with four guys and then sending the exotic blitzes when you're not expecting it. They're not built to play from behind.
No.
That's their biggest issue, and their offense just isn't built to score.
Some of these teams that you want to feel good about going into the playoffs, I think it's them, the Bills, and the Eagles.
Oh, I don't feel good about any
None
of
of
those
those teams that can win 3 games in a row, can they?
I think the Bills can absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm not saying
What?
that.
They almost lost to the Patriots.
I understand that, but they've been there before. They have an all-pro quarterback. They have a coach that's been there before.
Chiefs?
Absolutely the Chiefs. I think the only one, like the Eagles, would worry me the most out of those 3. Like the Chiefs are 100% a live bet right now. So let's say they don't get the number 3 seed. Yeah, number 2 seed, whatever it is next week. I want to see their Super Bowl odds. If it's worth it, I might even.
They
put
can't
money
move, so they are what they are.
They're in third? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't follow that shit. It's too much to follow with that.
They're going to sit, the starters.
My big win of the week, the Ravens -3. What's going on there in Miami?
What happened this weekend?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You want to run through every position again?
Well, I mean, they are absolutely devastated with injuries.
We can go
at
through
this
the
point.
It's easier to go through the depth chart than it is the injury report because the depth chart's got less guys on it.
Still, though, in a week
Are they
where-
going to be healthy in time for playoffs?
No.
Damn.
No,
That's
they lost 3 linemen for the year. They lost their linebacker for the year.
Chubb.
Both edge rushes for the year.
Yeah, Chubb is a big loss.
They're a mash unit, and Tua is not good enough now to win you a game by himself.
I missed the last 2 Hard Knocks. Has it been interesting?
Waddle's going to be back, right?
Waddle should be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
they were
running
good.
back? I can't
enjoyed
say his
them.
last name.
Are they like focusing on like the injuries and the problems, or
It was a lot more of McDaniel, and it was a lot about him 2 weeks ago, and then last week was the Dallas game. So it was all about like Christmas.
yeah.
It was very much. It was so annoying with all the gifts and that they
Who dressed up like Santa?
Nobody.
Tyreek?
No, nobody. Tyreek got everybody the. What did he, I think he bought Segways or something like that, or scooters for everybody.
You think he got anything for his kids?
No, if you bought the team,
Does
there's
he
no way.
have 12 kids?
No,
He had 3 kids
3 kids
inside
this
of
year.
3 months, or like 4 months,
So how many does he have
with
total?
3 different women.
He's like
Yeah.
Cromartie.
No, I think he's only got 3. I think those are his first kids.
The 3 that he has.
No,
with 3
he
different women?
1000% has more than 3
I
children.
think it might be.
Honestly, I don't know. Listen, the dude's not a good guy. He was never a good guy.
No,
Not a fan
Didn't
of
he
him.
break his kid's arm or some shit?
his wife, I think.
No, yeah, I was in college.
His girlfriend.
Yeah, he hit his girlfriend. He
Cheetah.
stand-up guy.
I would
Still
stab
though,
him.
like in a week where Lamar Jackson's credentials, he's getting dinged left and right for where he sits in the MVP race. He just fucking shows up. 18 for 21, 321 yards and 5 touchdowns.
It was very obvious. I was texting with Smitty during the beginning of the game. It was very obvious that the Dolphins' plan was, we're not going to let you guys beat us rushing. You have to beat us through the air. And Lamar Jackson was like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw 4,
Got it.
throw 4 touchdowns. No problem.
Imagine what-
He was dropping dimes all over the place. They looked fucking amazing. He had forever to throw because the Dolphins, you can't rush him. Because if you rush him, he's just going to escape the pocket. Then you're fucked.
Yeah.
So the Dolphins were playing this kind of like outside contain, keep him in the pocket, make him throw the ball. And he torched them.
Torch him.
Wait
What's
a second.
amazing too is like the Mark Andrews, like didn't even miss a beat.
I know.
Just fill in the next guy.
Yeah, they
What's that
had-
guy's name? Quickly or something?
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns.
Likely?
Likely, yes.
Yeah.
Is it likely?
Wait a
What do you got?
second. Wait a second. Are you kidding me? This man fathered kids with 3 different women in the space of 4 months, and he's married. And his wife is the one who recently was like, "Go back in the game, babe. Go fuck yourself."
He got married 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He got married on the bye week.
He was with his wife
after
after having.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, stop the
we were
madness.
talking about
He
that
has
last week.
7 kids
His
talk-
wife.
we
His
talk
wife.
or
about- on the show.
something.
I said, I'm pretty sure his marriage had to be something with child support to protect money. Because why else would you get married on the bye week?
They did go out of their way week 1 to make him look like a good guy
Oh, absolutely.
with the
Yeah.
wife and just getting
She's an
married.
idiot.
It's been so long, and then his wife got mustard in her hair with a hot dog.
The nachos. Yeah, it was all her
Nachos,
fault,
yeah.
too.
That was funny. That's all I got. Kirk goes 3-2. If he was here, he'd probably focus on the Steelers at some point somehow. And 2-3.
2-3. Terrible. The Miami game, I didn't want to bet, and I took it. I loved the 2 unders. Those were easy. And then I had the double fucking Eiffel Tower on the Dallas game. Dallas is so bad.
Yeah? You think?
I don't understand. Like that game. Watching that game, you had so much. Like that game should have went over if it should have been over by halftime. There was so many big plays in the first half, and the amount of mistakes and penalties, fumbles, it just did not look like 2 good playoff teams at all. I was not impressed with either Dallas or Detroit.
What about the ending?
Should we talk about
I'm
it?
so tired of talking about the refs this season. They fucking suck. We all know they suck. They got to get permanent refs. They got to get better training, and the refs need to be held accountable after the game.
Forget about
I
the refs.
think they
What
are.
about,
They said that they're going to downgrade
what
his
about
whole
Dan
crew.
Campbell's call?
I love it.
Yeah?
That's the way the guy's been since he
I don't
started
know.
being a head coach. I don't agree with it.
I don't know.
I think at that point you have some momentum. I don't know if I would have made the call, but you knew he was going to do that. His team knew he was going to do that, and his whole thing is, we are who we are, and this is who we are.
I mean, you got the juice from winning the division the week before. You just got to let that go for a little bit, ride with it, and be safe a little bit.
Yeah, but
get that fucking second spot.
Yeah, but beat Dallas the way you've been doing, the way you've gotten to that division title, doing it the same way.
I was happy when they got the division title, but I thought I saw him crying.
He cries a lot.
He cries a lot for a guy that size.
Yeah, you don't remember Hard Knocks? He cried every episode.
I do.
Yeah.
I remember. That's what I'm saying. Like it was like they panned to him, and I'm like, he's definitely got a little bit of a cry going.
Oh yeah,
That's so.
He's not
good.
as bad as Dick Vermeil was, but he's a crier.
What about the Bears?
Oh, I was just about to bring that up.
Bears.
Wait, so the Bears are, dare I say, good or have momentum. I think Field is playing very good. And what's crazy to me is he's been there 3 years now. I feel like this is the best that they've been. And they're going to trade him away?
I don't know. I think he bought himself
That's crazy.
more time.
They're in that the worst spot you could be in sports.
The worst.
And that's a spot that like the Dolphins were in for like 20 years. That 7-9, 8-8, 6-10, whatever the record, like that middle of the road. You're not awful. You're not good. You're picking in the late teens, early 20s, and you never get that franchise guy because you're not picking at the top of the draft, or your scouts aren't good enough to catch him in the 6th round, or Purdy in the last pick of the draft. And they're just in a weird spot. And now it's, do you move on from Fields? Do you not?
I don't know. This season, I would give him a chance.
Speaking of people from Cava, Greg made him something we always agree on is you pick a quarterback every year in the draft until you hit, until you find your guy.
That's a good angle. I like that.
Every single year, just pick a quarterback, whether you're picking in the top 10 or the bottom.
Not your first pick, just anywhere.
And you have to grab a brand new quarterback every single year until one hits.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So if Ryan Pace, I think, is a very good GM. He showed himself to be pretty good so far. I think you draft one of the, Caleb Williams at 1, and you tell, hey guys, listen, it's Fields' team, but we might make a move if it's not going well.
Your whole career is this pick.
Right, absolutely.
If you're that whole management, it's the whole career. Because it's like, you pick him, how does Fields play? Does that immediately react?
Right.
Like, he's like, what are we doing here? Like, you trade Fields and you pick him and you're resetting the franchise back a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a difficult spot to be in.
That's what's tough. But every head coach, they're tied to their first quarterback.
Yeah. It's crazy. I saw on Sunday all of the Jets beat reporters that I follow. It's interesting because yesterday I was texting you and I said, oh, what about this? And then I didn't answer because I couldn't find the post anymore. Around noon on New Year's Day or whatever that was, New Year's Eve, all of them had Jets interested in Fields if the Bears trade him, which of course, that's an easy layup. Of course they're going to be interested in him. They're going to be interested in everybody as their backup quarterback, And the posts were gone except for one on Tuesday, which was interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. So,
that'd be a great move for them.
be amazing.
I like to say something for Kurt.
Okay.
In our weekly recap. Because he would want this to be said and he would probably definitely bring it up.
You're saying, the way you just said that, it's like he's dead. I sounded like you were crying a little bit.
Tomlin, winning season, 17th in a row. I have to give it to Pittsburgh. It's insane. It's crazy.
Why can't I be the fucking fan of a team like that?
I mean, you can.
Well, some people in Pittsburgh are getting a little upset because they're hitting that no man's land for the last couple of years, that 500, one game above it. So they're getting a little worried. And I've even heard people say call for his job.
I know.
Yeah, that's
which is absolutely insane.
It's insane.
But it's one of those things are they tired of listening to him? I don't know. I can't buy into all that, but
I think it was the wide receivers that put that out because they fucking hate him.
Of course they hate him.
They hate him.
Why?
It's crazy how they draft great wide receivers for the last 15, 20 years. They draft amazing wide receivers. They're the exact opposite of the Raiders. They draft great wide receivers.
Always trouble though.
Yeah, and they're always head cases. You don't know their head cases until they leave most of the time. Like Pickens, I figured out early this year. But I mean, every other one of these guys is like a fucking basket case.
9-3 in games that aren't played by Mitch Trubisky.
Is that what it is?
The Steelers, yeah. All 4 of their losses came in games that he was playing.
Yeah, guy's done.
All right, so, and their playoff hopes are alive. So this year, the year-to-date stats, here we go. Trip, 47-32-1. JK, 46, 32-1, 1 game out. Kurt, 42, 40-3, 4 games out of second. Could still get first place, potentially. And Katie, 40, 43-2. So a lot on the line this week.
How far am I behind, Kurt?
2 games. 2 to 3 games. And more importantly, you got to get over 500. We can't have anybody over 500.
Yeah, I know.
Forgot we said it before the season. If you finish under 500, you kicked off for the playoffs.
You get relegated. You got to go on.
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
So this is it. It all comes down this weekend. Can I catch Trip? Can Kurt catch me? Can Katie catch Kurt and get above 500?
Well, what are you like a percentage point behind because of the tie?
It's because of the time.
Yeah, I'm 1 behind. Let's go. I got some most impressed.
Who picked you? Who made your picks this week?
Emily.
We'll find out later. Oh, she made all the picks this week.
Emily, hell of a baker, makes a mean cookie, also
Great
a
baker.
handicapper.
I would love a cookie right now.
You got to try this girl's cookies. They're amazing. All right, so my most impressed. Joe Flacco, again. Guy was done as a quarterback 4 years ago. It's amazing. Brought the Browns back from the dead.
And he looks happy.
He looks like
we
he's
watched
having
Flacco for 15 years, was it, give or take?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw the guy smile. Like, even when he was, like, the year that he won the Super Bowl was his contract year, and he was still a miserable prick, and it was like...
He was. He looks like he's having a good time out there.
Yeah.
Did I send this text message, or did I just think that I sent it? When he was on Pat McAfee, did I send you guys a text saying...
I don't know. You sent a lot of
He actually looks really good on the Pat McAfee show.
What do you mean? Like young?
He looks way more handsome than he ever did.
Handsome. Like,
Absolutely.
really good.
I said that the other day, and I was watching, I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy got a glow up after he retired. How is that possible?
He retired and came back.
One of the most exciting things to follow this weekend is can he beat Hamlin for comeback player of the year?
Yeah.
I think he's, what is he? Flacco's plus 105 right now.
But why would he be comeback player of the year? Like, he should, like...
What do you mean?
He was retired.
Exactly.
Like,
Came back from retirement.
But comeback should be like an injury.
Death?
Or something happened.
Almost dead?
Like, yeah, the guy dies.
They're in
like,
the freaking playoffs.
I don't know.
But he's not coming back from something. Like, I think of the comeback player of the year as like some guy that overcame adversity to be there. So whether
Like
he
an
was
injury?
like cut and out of football and now he's back, or a catastrophic injury, something tragic happened somewhere else, like off the field.
He's coming back from being fucking terrible
He's coming back from being irrelevant.
and old.
Yeah.
I hated when he was
He's
at
Benjamin
Baltimore.
Button it.
I hated after they won the Super Bowl and he got all that money. I didn't think he was worth it at all.
That's so that was my most impressed. My surprise was Kyler Murray. Oh, my biggest disappointment. The Panthers owner
That was great.
tossing a drink on a Jaguars
What a
fan.
soft
yeah.
fucking bitch.
Come on, dude. The guy's got it bad enough that he's a Jaguars fan and you're throwing drinks on him?
Yeah.
I feel like as a Panthers
Hey, he
owner
could be-
or a Panthers player fan, the only team that you can pick on is the Jaguars.
No way. The Panthers don't have a right to pick on anybody.
They won some shit in their day. Not recently.
No,
That was crazy.
Right now.
They've been to a Super Bowl.
Did he get fined?
Throws a
he's gonna
bond.
get. He's gonna get.
Yeah, he got
fucking
fined
destroyed.
today, $300,000.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
They suspend him.
I didn't think he got suspended.
That's
From what?
fine.
Drinking vodka
But
cranberries in the
that's
suite?
what's
Yeah,
always
what's
hysterical when they
suspended from
suspend the
going to the
owners. It's like,
game?
okay, so go watch the thing in your multi-million-dollar house as opposed to your multi-million-dollar suite.
Guy's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And even the $300,000, it's like, come on.
He's a loose
that's a-
cannon, though. That guy is not suitable for ownership.
He just fires coaches 6 months into the season.
Yeah, he's nuts.
That's embarrassing. That's it. That's all I got. Anybody got any most impressed or anything that they were surprised with? Any rants?
No.
All right.
I'm impressed at how fucking inept the referees continue to be. That's about it.
I feel like that and the injuries is the biggest storyline of this year.
15. Oh, let's talk about that. 15 quarterbacks this week. That's half the league.
It's crazy.
-1.
Oh,
That's insane.
My disappointment is myself because I put money on the Commandos on Sunday morning.
That was stupid.
No shit. They have been the worst, most apathetic football team this entire year. And I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was like, fuck the Commanders. They quit. I've never seen a football team quit. They gave up. Never, ever touching them again. I woke up Sunday morning, looked at the spread. I was like, plus 14. You know what? Let's give it a shot.
Feels good.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't that far off. Was it? They won by 17, right?
Yeah.
It was close. Well, the problem is, what's his face didn't play, right? Brissett, he got hurt
Yeah,
again.
Jacoby Brissett didn't play.
Yeah. I mean, once he's out, it's over.
Yeah.
Step back to the original.
They're fucking terrible.
Original loser.
Ron Rivera should never get another job in the NFL. He should retire for good because his record is abysmal as a head coach. Sure, he's a great guy, nice guy. Everyone loves him. His teams do not want to play for him.
Riverboat Ron. My last thing, on Thursday Night Football, did you guys see that attempt at using AI to see who was rushing the passer? Did anybody see that?
Oh, they've been doing that for a couple weeks now.
That shit is always wrong.
Awesome. No, it's awesome.
Dude, it was wrong every single time.
Yeah, because they don't know ahead of time. They're just predicting.
I know,
but
what I'm saying is like, what's the right amount of percentage where it's like, oh, okay, this is a good idea.
Yeah, they just show, but they're showing you like this guy is someone that like this is the key to the defense. If this guy rushes, someone's gonna be able. They did a whole breakdown with it a couple weeks ago, and
well, they did a terrible job of explaining it before the Jets game because it was what they were saying was they're predicting who's gonna rush the passer. So I was like. Obviously, it wasn't a fun game to be a Jets fan to watch. So the whole first half, I was just really keyed in on that. And I think one time they highlighted the guy, he actually went and got. Did you watch?
Now, was it on the
Prime?
Right, it was on Prime. But there's two feeds, just like ESPN has like the Sky Cam. Whatever. There's the regular broadcast, and then for the last couple of weeks, they've been doing this Amazon stats thing or whatever it is. And when you watch it on that. It's awesome. They'll put up like the guys when he runs a route, they highlight it so you can see where the guy ran on like actually on the field as he's running. They have the speed, each guy's speed as they're going. They'll have like constant stats updated and stuff like that. How many yards the guy's traveled so far in the game? They're like,
that's cool.
Tyreek has ran 3 miles so far this game.
Oof.
Like stuff like that. Watch the game like that, and if you're a football nerd, you'll fucking love it. It's awesome.
They should put that for like real life, like when Tyreek's like out hitting on women. You know, like
oh yeah,
that is why
hitting on which way because he does
over under. He's gonna have a baby with her.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I think you know what it was this week. I've never seen that before, so I think this what you're talking about is what they've always used it on, but they use it on the regular one this week.
Right,
on the regular
right. Yeah, but they only use the highlight portion. They didn't use the rest of the nerd stuff.
That's still bad though. That if they're trying to make it of something and it's like 1 right out of 10.
Happened once because I had nothing else to watch.
Bad stats.
That's it. I don't have a rant. The Jets cut Dalvin Cook today so we could go play for contender. Who's picking that fucking loser up? He was awful.
The Chiefs?
He made that up in his mind and they just said, yeah, okay.
Dolphins.
No, Dolphins definitely don't need it.
Dolphins have 3 running backs basically, but they're all hurt potentially.
I'll tell you though, fucking Pacheco, I love watching that kid run the ball.
He runs hard.
He doesn't run very fast.
No.
And he moves his body a lot, but he doesn't seem to be going anywhere, but he's fun to watch.
He is. All right, that's it. We're coming back for some picks. I hate this fucking chair.
First down, dogs.
I don't think I've ever had to go first. I got to look back and see that. That feels good. You guys don't know that feeling. So I got the list of teams. Didn't count last week because I didn't make the picks. I did make these picks this week. So the list of teams I can't bet on or against holds true. The Saints, the Chargers, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Vikings, the Titans, the Bears, the Broncos, and the Giants, and the Jets.
You added the Jets in?
Added the Jets.
We adjusting the lines at all?
No.
Some of them moved a little bit.
Okay, that's cool. I appreciate you pointing that out.
Did you not see the text message?
No. You sent 5,000 messages
I got yelled at it about
I don't
it.
scroll up.
I said the same thing already. It was the last 2 fucking texts. Right before the T.
Yes.
Right, and then but as you can see, I only answered the T.
Well, then you would have known not to bring it up if you read a little bit earlier.
Why? It can't hurt to ask again.
All right, this is cute. Kurt, he sent me he sent me a text that's really cool. The NFL player bonuses for last week. You see that?
Yes, I had a whole list of it, yeah.
Good for the props. The only ones I'm really interested in, though, are the ones where a player's getting a bonus based on making the playoffs. Those are the ones that I think.
Yeah, I bet a shitload of them last year, and it didn't help anything.
Well, that makes me feel better about this year's picks.
Yeah.
I have Kurt's picks. What are we doing with them? We're waiting till the end. He wrote a lot. Oh, shit. But we'll wait till the end. We'll wait till the end. Because I got too many things laid out here. A lot of pieces of paper.
Is this the first time he's missed? It is, right?
It is.
Oh, yeah. He gave full analysis.
You're the only one that hasn't missed yet. Actually, next week, maybe what we'll do is you don't show up. We'll do a praise sandwich for you. Or even if you do show up, we should do a praise sandwich.
What?
What is it? Compliment sandwich?
Compliment sandwich.
Compliment sandwich.
You missed that class at school.
We didn't do his compliment sandwich.
I don't want you to do that.
That was after he was not here. Kurt brought that up. That was only last week. Yours probably is going to include your hair, but not last week. All right, Trip, you go first.
Okay.
This is going to be fun. 'Cause I'm going to change all my picks.
Yeah, it's good. I have multiple picks here.
Okay.
Because I was like, but I'm going to go with the one that I like the most is the Browns-Bengals under 38.5. Let me just double check that because I used the actual lines, not the lines that you were giving us. Yeah, 38.5. Because it went up to 39.5. So I'm going to go Browns, Bengals under 39.5.
All right, what do you got?
Divisional game after week 10, yada, yada, yada. Always talk about those. Love the unders on those. Bengals are done. They're going to be playing all their backups. They can't make the playoffs. Browns are going to sit and rest their guys. They've already announced that they're resting most of their guys. The Browns could not score unless for some strange reason Flacco was at quarterback. And the Bengals are awful right now without Burrow, and it looks like they kind of shit the bed last week. So I'm going to go under 38.5.
All right, I'm not going near that one. Katie, you're up.
Okay. I'm going with Bucks at Carolina. I'm taking the Bucks minus 5.5.
Ooh.
I can't. No, I'm going against Carolina again. Fuck my life if Carolina pulls it off. But the Bucks need to win after the Saints lost last week to take the division and make the playoffs. It's must win. They have to win. Minus 5.5.
There's a good bet based off of them needing to win and the Panthers being so bad. And the whole drink thing. He loves the Panthers. All right.
I do.
All right, my first pick.
Are you going to jump in on it?
Not yet.
Okay.
My first pick, I'm going to Seattle. The Cardinals, my Cardinals season under bet, 4.5 wins. They now have 4 after that great win against the Eagles, Katie's favorite team. Geno Smith, here's where we get Kurt's props, do $2 million if he makes the playoffs. Seattle has to win this game. I'm taking the Jets ex-quarterback. Geno Smith gets his bonus. Give me the Seahawks minus 3.
Perfect. I got the Cardinals plus 3. They came to play last week when they had nothing to play for.
They still have nothing to play for.
Correct.
Okay.
They're a home dog with nothing to play for. Home dogs, they always play better in the last week of the season, even if they have nothing to play for. Statistically speaking, they are the smarter bet in a game that doesn't mean anything. I understand Seattle needs the game. That doesn't mean shit to me.
It's not a game that, how can you say it's a game that doesn't mean anything when they need to win to get in?
Cardinals, it doesn't mean anything to the Cardinals.
Oh, I thought you were saying it doesn't mean anything.
I don't, but needing to win to get in doesn't mean, I don't believe that teams play that much harder. Like the numbers don't show that. They don't, Detroit last year, look at the Detroit Packers game last year. Everyone thought the Packers were just going to, walk all over Detroit, that they weren't going to show up, and Detroit whapped them. So I want the Cardinals plus 3 as a home dog. Cardinals came ready to play last week. They impressed me. So I think they might try it again this week. I don't think fucking Geno's that good. I don't think that. And
$2 million not motivating?
I think making the playoffs and having a possibility for a Super Bowl will be more motivating than any amount of money.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you can kill 2 birds with one stone.
That guy's not. I don't think he's.
The team loves the guy. Loves the guy. Loves playing with him. Loves playing for him. They're going to get up for this game.
I don't buy that at all.
It's the narrative the whole entire year.
Nope. Don't buy it.
Okay. All right, Katie, you're up.
Okay. I'm going against what his stats say and taking people that I think need to freaking win. I'm taking Houston at Indy. Houston plus 1.5. I don't really understand this line. I feel, it's actually now minus 1.5, so I guess that does make sense, but I'll take the plus 1.5. 9 and 7, both these teams in the same division. I just happen to think that Stroud in Houston is just better than Indy, and that's why I'm taking Houston plus 1.5. I don't really have a lot to say about it. They need to win. The whole division is completely open right now.
The reason I asked the question is because I wanted to take Indy, but I don't like them giving points. I like them better when they're getting points.
I'm taking Indy.
I liked Indy.
This is going to be the best game of the weekend, and
the best game
here. It's going to be the best game of the weekend.
Over Buffalo, Miami.
Without a doubt. This is going to be the best game of the weekend. 2 teams that are kind of evenly matched. 9-7. Gardner Minshew, the ultimate backup quarterback. The Colts are 6-0 this season when he doesn't throw a pick. I'm taking the Colts. I think the Texans are the better team, but I'm going with Minshew. Give me the Colts -1.5 or +1.5, depending upon.
I love the Colts. I'm not going to take them because you just took them. I will be betting them absolutely on Sunday. I think they're the better team.
Great story.
Rookie quarterback, rookie quarterback for the Texans. Rookie coach. Great team. Great story. I think the Colts are a better all-around team.
Great story. Jonathan Taylor's back.
We'll see.
We'll see.
He hasn't had a good game every time he's been back. Since he's been back. He's on my freaking fantasy
Last
team.
week he was a beast. Who you got? You're up.
Bills -2. Katie, you're up.
I have Bills -3, like it was on the paper.
Okay, -3. I took the
Are you
lines.
doing this again just because you want to bet against me?
No, because I didn't look at that thing. I just took the lines off the FanDuel when I was looking before.
-3. I just trust Josh Allen in this spot here, trying to get into the playoffs. The Dolphins are banged up. Who are they going to play? Like, are they just going to sit everybody in this game? It's going to be tough. Tyreek Hill, though, 248 yards away from the record. Think he comes close?
I believe that they're going to try to force him the ball, and that's going to hurt them. If they were smart, they'd use him as a decoy. Did you know CeeDee Lamb's only
close
20 or 30 yards behind him?
Some season he had. That game he had last weekend was insane.
He's phenomenal.
He's not going to make it because I think they're going to sit everybody.
We'll see. See if I'm going to pick that game. I got the Bills -3.
-3.
Trip. So now we're down to 4 games potentially where we could make up. It's scary. All right. You're up.
I go. I'm taking Pitt at Baltimore. Santa's favorite reindeer stuck around and he's playing decent.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
I cracked myself up. All right. Pitt -4, simply because obviously this is another must-win game for Pittsburgh. They have to get into the playoffs with this win. Baltimore, obviously, this is a huge rival game, so I don't want to say it's not important to Baltimore, but I think I'm hoping it hasn't been announced yet that they're going to sit most of their starters or at least pull them early.
Dangerous
Pitt
spot.
-4.
It's a dangerous spot. Like, how much rest is too much rest? You're getting a bye. You play them 1/2. It's going to be interesting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping they at least pull them early.
Dangerous. All right, I got 3 picks. How you got 3?
Mm-hmm.
3.
You're up.
Packers -3. Packers absolutely own the Bears. They need to win. Not that matters, but they need to win. Last year, they lost last week of the season to fuck them out of a playoff spot. I don't see that happening again. You got the same coach returning, a lot of the same players. Love, when he's playing confident, he's looking really fucking good. When he's not, he looks like you're a pedestrian quarterback. I think this week he steps up. He played really well last week. I'd like to see it again. The Bears 18-28-3 against the spread since the beginning of 2021, and the Packers have won 9 straight against the Bears, and 7 out of the 9 are by multiple possessions. They fucking own the Bears. They have for over a decade.
Discount
Packers
double check.
-3.
They own the Bears with Aaron Rodgers.
I wrote this game down actually as you were walking in. I have Green Bay -3. Green Bay's back on track after last week's blowout against the Vikings. Jordan Love due a $500K bonus if he makes the playoffs.
Oh.
You throw that in your mix. But then I wrote, whoops, can't bet on or against the Bears for my positivity episode, so I can't take this game. I was going deep with this one, but I'm not taking it. But I like the Packers in that game. So. All right, Katie, you're up.
I like the Love era. Lions versus Minnesota. I'm taking the Lions -5.5. Minnesota's QB issues, as I mentioned earlier. Campbell's pissed from last week. Said he's playing all the starters and he's not resting them. They can still potentially play for the number 2 spot. I think Minnesota's just not what it was in the middle of the season. So Lions -5.5.
Vikings might have my least favorite head coach to look at. I don't like looking at that guy.
Why?
I don't know.
Narratives.
Didn't you say that about the Philly coach, or was it him?
Fuck,
that
I
said
said it, but fuck that guy.
No, I don't like
guy's a
the way
piece
he
of shit.
looks. He just looks like a goofy bastard.
that? Goofy
Not for me.
best. So that means you're taking the Lions?
I'm not touching that game.
I like the Lions, and then I saw the line move 3 points. And I was
Yes.
like, somebody knows something, and it's driving me crazy because I searched and searched. I said, okay, did Campbell announce something? Is he going to
No, he
rest the
didn't.
starter?
I looked it up. He didn't announce anything.
Right, but
He said
why
he's
did the
not.
line move 3 fucking points in one day? Something is up. I don't know what it is. So I have them as, I can't touch it now because it makes me so nervous. Is Minnesota going to start like, the head coach's son? Like what's going on? Why would that line move so much?
Did they name the quarterback? It better be Mullins.
I saw
did.
nothing. I saw no
I
updates
think
on
they
it
did. Hold
whatsoever.
on. Today for sure Campbell said that he will be playing all the
Yes.
starters that he's pissed off.
All right. I'm going to Dallas. We talked about this game. Huge line in this one, but not huge enough. 13.5. Love that half point. Like we said before, CeeDee Lamb is a straight up beast. The Commanders, what we know about them, they can't win on the road. They can't win at home. They have a terrible quarterback and a terrible coach. Just doesn't add up. Dallas still has something to play for. They're trying to win the NFC East in this game. Dallas, give me the boys. Blowout. Minus 13.5 Cowboys.
It's at Washington, right?
Yeah. Ron Rivera's last game as the head coach.
Dallas plays terrible on the road.
All right, we'll see.
He said he knows who's playing, but he's not telling anybody.
That's cute.
Asshole.
All right.
That's cute.
I got 4.
I got 4, so it's me again.
Yep.
I don't know which one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go, fuck me. I have 2 games that I really like.
You're going to go fuck me?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
I am going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders minus 2.5. Antonio Pierce auditioning for the job next year. I like to believe the players fucking love him. Going against the Broncos, and Jordan Payton is a douchebag. We've discussed it a couple
True
times
story.
on the podcast.
We
The
don't like
fact
it.
that they were in playoff contention and they still benched the starting quarterback, you threw up a white flag to your whole team that said, we're fucking done. We don't care about this year. It's all about setting up for the future. I think a lot of the players are going to see that and say, fuck it, I'm not risking injury for this asshole or for this organization.
Definitely.
If I was them, I wouldn't. I think the Raiders still play hard. They might not be great offensively. I'm worried that they might not cover, even though they win. But I know it's 2.5 points, but I don't know. Give me the Raiders and Antonio Pierce minus 2.5.
That's a fun bet. I like the Raiders. I thought I'd say that as a Jets fan. They used to destroy us all.
Also,
Actually,
I
every team
like the
does.
under there.
Who?
I also like the under in that one, too.
I like the under too, but I'm nervous. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the Broncos just come out of nowhere with points. It's very low, isn't it?
Yeah,
35.5.
Yeah, it is low. Stidham's going to come out of nowhere.
What's going to happen to Russell Wilson? Is he done? He retire? Is he going to show up next year somewhere? What do you think?
I think he doesn't
Vegas.
belong on the Broncos.
He'll be on Vegas next year.
Him and Payne don't get along, I don't think.
I don't think.
No, I think someone's going to sign him to compete for the job or some bullshit like that.
Jets.
No.
We go on to camp with Russell Wilson and fucking
Buccaneers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-mm.
Compete against Baker.
Yeah.
I think Baker's should get the job.
Why? That guy's been so inconsistent.
Yeah,
He looks like the best quarterback in the league
didn't
one
even know he
week.
was going to be the quarterback.
Yeah, it's his first year. Starting.
No, he
Or
got traded
playing.
last year.
Yeah, he
Didn't he finish the season there?
He finished the season. All right, Kathleen, you're up.
Oh,
Is that your name?
this is just another. I have a system here going.
All right.
Atlanta Saints.
System is. Let me try to think about this. You can't consider the Falcons as in the hunt or like potential to get
No,
in.
the
is
Saints
it?
are.
The Falcons actually can still get in the playoffs.
Yes, they can.
That division's open. Tampa Bay not winning last week, losing to them. They could have took the division. If the Bucs win, they win it, but the Saints have something still to play for, so I'm taking the Saints minus 3.5. They must win this division game.
Good one.
That's
That's
all
it?
I got.
So
I'm not
Nothing
allowed to- I'm not allowed to
exciting.
bet on either one of those teams. So
You're
basically
done,
anybody
right?
in the NFC South. Yeah,
You got 5. Okay, I was gonna say.
I can't.
Both
I'm
the
not allowed to vote
AFC
them.
South and the NFC
AFC,
South
yeah.
both have no
There's such scary divisions.
I'm gonna bet on a game that you have to be on absolute drugs to bet on.
I'm scared.
The
The Jets,
49ers
Patriots.
and the Rams.
No, why?
Because
They're
of what
going to
I
rest
said
all
before.
their starters.
Are they?
Yes.
Again, how much
McCaffrey's
rest?
not playing.
He's not playing. He's the only one that they've
Yeah.
said is not playing right now.
I think they're going to rest. They have no
they're
reason
not.
not to.
Here's the scenario. How
And
much
the
rest
Rams
is...
have no reason to play their starters either.
Exactly. That's why I'm picking the Niners -3.5, because the Rams have more of a reason to not play everybody, because they're a dangerous team when they're healthy. They're going to have to play wild card weekend. Wild card weekend. McVay is going to rest everybody, and I think the Niners are going to play everybody except McCaffrey at least one half. So I'm betting this entire season on the Niners -3.5. That line is so low.
It's
the
very
Rams are a
low.
good team, but I like the Niners -3.5.
It's that low because they know that they're going to sit everybody.
We'll see.
I don't know about the sitting people because every
don't think
player
so.
comes out and says after they, especially if you have the number 1 seed, every player says if you're the number 1 seed and you have that bye week, do not rest us in week 17 because that's 2 weeks off
Too
with
much.
and Jeff Saturday was just on a podcast a couple weeks ago, said the same thing. Said we hated it. He said the 1 year we had the first round bye locked up. He said we sat week 17, then we had a first round bye. He goes, and we got, I think it might have been the year they played the Jets. They got waxed. And he said we weren't ready to play. He's like, it took us until halftime before we actually woke up. And he said, I don't believe in sitting the players, especially if you have the bye. And a lot of players come out and say the same thing, like, we want to play. Let us play for a half, prepare like it's a regular week, and then you can pull them at halftime. They said that'll be fine. But make it like it's a regular week. When you give the guys the week off, and then they're off on Sunday, and then they have a week off, it's too much, man.
It's a long time.
But
And
not playing half the game is a lot. But also, if we're talking about the Niners, like we always talk about them, when they're healthy, they're unbeatable. So why not just rest them and everybody comes back healthy?
well, here's the thing, too. I'm also betting on their coach being one of the best coaches in the league and taking Jeff Saturday's advice and letting them play a first half.
Also, he owns McVay.
Owns him. He's his daddy,
Owns him.
like Pedro. All right, so like I said, before I give Kurt's picks, let's give him his due. We're going to go around the room, give him a compliment sandwich. All right? Why are you always in the fucking face? It's hysterical.
Can I go first?
You just don't like saying nice things to people?
Yeah.
A praise bread, a criticism meat, and another piece of praise bread, right? All right, go first.
Okay, so my first one is a compliment.
What the fuck? I'm going to go first. What you said? Like, why'd you say I want to go first?
Because I wanted to just get it over with. I have my middle and my end. I just didn't have my top bread.
Kurt's a good guy. He's just an all-around good guy. He's nice. He's positive. He brings a lot of energy. I feel like a father figure to Kurt sometimes because I know deep down inside he's just a little bit better at all of the editing stuff. And I'm trying to pull that out of him. So sometimes I feel like Kurt's daddy, but he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. Brings a lot of energy. I heard him say I was a curmudgeon, so I'm fucking my next shot. The other one, Kurt is a fucking old man. That's my fucking criticism of him. He's an old man. Kurt's the oldest man I know, not by age, but his adaptation of technology.
But he's better at editing somehow.
He's good at editing. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Also, I'm giving him 2 criticisms. Often he smells like Camel cigarettes and Voodoo Ranger. You know? And then my last praise, and I'm going to praise you on this one too, is I touched on this that week, the positivity episode, but I was really high at the time. I couldn't even fully get it out because I was laughing so much. Kurt, he's a great dad to his 48 kids.
It's 48.
Kurt was built to be a dad. And I feel the same way about you too. I see the way you are with your kids. You guys are great with the kids. You're doing a great job. That's it. Positivity episode, bringing it to it. What do you got?
Okay, so I got, he is a very good dad.
Yeah.
He really cracks me up.
Where's the sandwich here?
This is all his personality stuff for number 1. He's not curmudgeon like you. His downfall for negative, but I'm going to twist it into my bottom piece of positivity. His cigarette smoking. He has to stop. It's not healthy.
That's
Positive.
why he's not here today, right?
Positive. Yeah, because he doesn't want to talk about his
He's chained to his
sobriety.
bed at home right now. So he doesn't smoke a cigarette.
The positive is I'm proud of him for attempting this January to quit smoking.
That's very good. The funniest thing is fucking Sean's face. I can't even look at it, how much he hates this fucking segment.
This is the worst.
He hated it last week.
I'd rather go around and roast you and tell you everything negative I feel about you.
You're so rude.
I could because
Do you want to make it a
I just
negative
said something
sandwich?
nice about you. When's the last time someone said something nice about you?
I
See?
say nice things. I said, "Oh, you got your hair cut last week. I noticed it.
That was an observation.
It looks
All right.
good."
I said you were wearing a black shirt.
Let's go with Kurt's picks. Here we go. Let's see what he's got. First things first, do you see how the Steelers' running games opened up these past 2 weeks because Mason Rudolph is throwing the ball downfield? Totally different offense. That's great.
Santa's favorite.
He's starting out with the games that mean something. It's the only way to go this week. His pick number 1, Houston at Indy. He's got Houston plus 1.5. He loves the mustache man, but simply put, Houston's defense is better. He thinks the coach is better. C.J. Stroud's a better quarterback than Gardner Minshew. Houston plus 1. Second pick. Oh my God. He's picking the Jacksonville at Tennessee game.
That was my other pick. Please tell me he's taking Tennessee.
That's a
He's taking
scary
Tennessee
game.
plus
Nice.
5.5.
Love it, Kurt.
Will Levis is not the answer, so he wants to see Tannehill audition. He's banking on Trevor Lawrence not being healthy. He's taking Tennessee plus 5.5. He's taking Seattle at Arizona. He's going with me on this one. Seattle minus 3. Spread is 3. Playoff implications on the line. And then he says, more importantly, my under for the Arizona total this year. He's going Seattle. Bounce back game for them. He's taking the Eagles minus 5.5 against the Giants. He said that one's for Katie Cash. The Birds must wake up after you have hammered them for half the season. They heard you. I know it. He's taking the Eagles minus 5.5. Last one. This one means nothing because betting the NFC South is a fucking crapshoot.
Should be illegal.
He took one of the games that I took.
What's funny is he said that, but then he took the Jets New England game. So maybe that was just in the wrong spot.
Oh, it was just a
Again, I think it's his technology thing. He probably meant to put that up top somewhere. He hates both of these teams. The defenses are going to score. Give him the laughter of this matchup over 30.5.
Ooh.
Over 30.5 for Jets Pats.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So
You lost me on that
I'm
one.
going to have 18 points with the defense.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And what defense? The Jets defense hasn't even been playing well.
I got the Seahawks plus the Seahawks minus 3. I've got the Bills minus 3. I've got the Cowboys minus 13.5. Wow, that's a lot of points. I've got the Niners minus 3.5 and the Colts at home minus 1.5.
I hate that I have all favorites except
So
for
do
one.
I. I
hate
didn't realize that till just now.
I hate that.
Kurt, he's got Houston plus 1.5, the Tennessee plus 5.5, the Seahawks minus 3, the Eagles minus 5.5, and the over in the Jets New England game.
I got the Cardinals plus 3, the Raiders minus 2.5, the Bills minus 3, the Packers minus 3, the Browns Bengals under 38.5.
I got Houston plus 1.5, Saints minus 3.5, Bucks minus 5.5, Pitt minus 4, Lions minus 5.5.
This is it, the regular season finale for the crown. Let's see who gets it.
It's between you two.
Well, we'll get the regular season crown, and then it carries over into the postseason. Is that how we did it last year?
No, we did, regular season ended it.
Ended it, and then we did a postseason.
Yeah, I don't think we ever even tracked
Included
it.
it? Okay, we'll see.
It was just all about the regular season. I remember because me and Kurt were going for it. I think I finished like 2 or 3 behind him.
Well, hopefully that is the same
That was
spot
the
you
crazy
finished this year.
comeback, though, because you were in first for a while.
Last year? I mean, 2 years ago? I think I was in last the whole entire season.
No.
Yeah, sure.
Was he?
But you almost went wide to wire this year.
I know.
Until week 16, 15.
It's usually how I have no stamina whatsoever in many parts
I
of my
heard
life.
that right.
All right, first down, dogs.
Take it deep.
Awkward.
First down, dogs.